The Tale of Binance, an insane crypto story. Have you ever been amazed by the huge figures Binance, the biggest crypto trading platform, rakes in annually and wondered how it started or what the true story of this trading platform is? Well, this is the time of your life as we will unveil the facts and figures, history and future, and the twists and turns of how Binance came to be. And it is definitely a fascinating story. And things start with the man behind the story, Changpeng Zhao, a name even most crypto folks don't know, but we're more familiar with the abbreviation CZ. Can you imagine how low-key this guy is, but still makes so much noise and moves in the crypto industry? But let's set that aside for a minute because it's definitely something we're going to get back to later on. For now, let's focus more on who exactly CZ is and how he became the owner of the biggest crypto exchange platform in the world. So many questions we can't wait to give you the answers to, so let's ride along, starting with his background and where he came from. Changpeng Zhao, or CZ, was born in Jiangsu, Shanghai, China. Both of his parents were academics. His father, Shen Kai, immigrated to Canada to pursue a doctorate at the University of British Columbia. The Tiananmen Square protests in 1989 caused CZ to experience food rationing. Shortly afterwards, Zhao and his family attempted to migrate to Vancouver, Canada, resulting in a 3-day stay in the Canadian Embassy in order to acquire their visas. Undoubtedly, no one wants to wait 3 days in an embassy to acquire their visas, but it was something this family had to do to eventually get to where they are now. Perhaps if they had not made that decision out of patience, none of what is known today about Binance would be attributed to Zhao. Zhao commented in an interview that during his early years in China, he didn't have the best of life and wasn't entitled to some of the things his peers had. According to him, he only drank fresh milk after he moved to Canada because it was a bit expensive and he could not afford it while in China. When Zhao moved to Canada, he had held several part-time jobs, like flipping burgers at McDonald's when he was only 14, and he held that job until he was 16. During that same period, Zhao also worked overnight shifts at a Chevron gas station, and during the weekends, he worked as a referee for volleyball games to earn extra money. He was multi-talented, and while he had an interest in some of the things he did, for others, he was just driven by the passion to make some money, so he was forced to learn on the job. Regardless of whether he was interested or not, one thing was for sure: Zhao gave his best to everything he did. He hated to be average, as he felt that if anything should be done, then it should command his best. CZ wanted to do something that he could earn from without having to spend a lot of time doing so. He wanted to make a living for himself as quickly as possible, which explains why he probably decided to quit his job and close down his 8-year-old company to pursue Bitcoin and its uncertain possibilities. Of course, he didn't let these challenges define him, as his parents' zeal for education also rubbed off on him and led him to study computer science at Montreal's McGill University. CZ was able to exploit his knowledge in tech by first building a system for matching trade orders on the Tokyo Stock Exchange. And then at Bloomberg's Tradebook, he built software for futures trading. All of these opportunities drew him closer to the foreign exchange industry. And now we'll jump to another significant time of his life. CZ, already a coding pro at 27 years old, was promoted 3 times in a company as successful as Bloomberg Tradebook in less than 2 years to manage teams in New Jersey, London, and Tokyo. But this guy still wasn't satisfied with what and who he was at that age. He wanted more, and he wanted it fast, so he grew impatient. In 2005, he quit his full-time job and moved back to his origin in Shanghai to partner with Fusion Systems, a company known for building some of the fastest high-frequency trading systems for brokers. And now we fast-forward again to a cold night sometime in August 2013, which is probably the most memorable, or at least one of the most memorable nights in Zhao's life. Zhao was playing poker, which he claimed was his favorite, with BTCC crypto exchange founder Ron Cao and Bobby Lee, who were then partners at Lightspeed Ventures. Ron Cao kept saying, "Bitcoin." Cao said it as if it were 2 separate words. While he was there concerned about how many words were to be pronounced, these friends kept drumming the idea into his mind. His friends advised him to found a startup within the crypto and blockchain sphere and put 10% of his net worth into it. It wasn't something Zhao seemed interested in at that point because the risk was way too much for him to bear. So instead of his friends giving up on him, they took time out to review the possible rewards and risks that he could record from investing in the so-called Bitcoin. They estimated his risk to reward as follows. If it goes to 0, you lose 10%. However, there is a higher chance it will go 10x, and you double your net worth. The idea that made him believe more in this digital money was the ability for this money to have a decentralized finance functionality. This means that no third party would be needed to initiate or complete a transaction. This was a capability that was not available anywhere in the world at the time. Everybody then seemed to be used to the regular banking system filled with middlemen, but with little to no transparency. So, Zhao's idea of decentralizing the finance sector and eliminating middlemen was interesting. He gradually started buying into it and was willing to invest his time and resources into the project. Due to his time at Fusion Systems, Zhao accumulated some good money, which eventually let him afford a house in Shanghai, which he then sold for a whopping $1 million and invested it in Bitcoin, which was at the time selling for $600. The idea was catchy, as we can see. Still, then you wouldn't believe that he would go as far as letting go of his house and a company that he'd partnered to build from the ground up in the last 8 years of his life to pursue a future filled with so many uncertainties. A future people saw as a zero potential ground, taking such risks at an age when most people were seeking a haven. Our new beloved CZ was trying to ride a wave that could drown him. He had guts, we have to give him that. Zhao is believed to still hodl that same Bitcoin, despite Bitcoin's price falling to as low as $200 at times. That same amount of Bitcoin is now worth over $27 million. Sounds great, yeah? Yes, but this isn't the end of the road because there's a lot more to come. After purchasing his first Bitcoin, which he still has by the way, from the proceeds of selling his home, he didn't just stop there. He must have panicked in the first bear season. But could that have been the end of him if Bitcoin failed completely? I don't think so. Remember that this guy is known for building systems and creating opportunities for himself from almost nothing. If he wasn't building a product to sell, he was providing services to sell, so obviously he would have just gone ahead to doing more of that. Fast forward to 4 years after getting into crypto, Zhao had worked for crypto projects and companies like crypto wallet provider Blockchain and crypto exchange OKX. In 2015, he founded his company, BG Tech, which provided Shanghai residents with cloud-based digital currency exchange networks until one day the service and website stopped without any official statement from management. In 2017, CZ moved on to found Binance, which should shortly become the most important cryptocurrency exchange in the world. Zhao knew, in general, what ICOs were and the role they can play in the decentralized finance world he was envisioning. From the meetings and discussions about ICOs, he quickly realized this would be how he would launch his crypto exchange. Binance was coined from 2 words, binary and finance, to highlight that there were now 2 types of money in the world, crypto and fiat. Zhao's platform was built on the idea that a single exchange would handle only crypto-to-crypto trades, bypassing the regulations and cost of exchanging fiat money for crypto. The white paper of the project promised the world that Binance will be a world-class crypto exchange, facilitating more integral moves in the future of crypto. In just 2 weeks, investors bought into the token sale, which raised $15 million by July 2nd, and trading of its new token, BNB, was to go live in 12 days. Now you would think that the wave was getting smoother for him to ride until investors bought Binance coin BNB, believing it would see 5 to 10 times returns. But instead, when it launched on July 25, 2017, it quickly lost 20% of its value. Sometime in August, Yi joined Binance as co-founder and CMO. Zhao had worked with her earlier at OKCoin. However, she left after a while, only to make her return known in a blog post. Do you want to guess what was more interesting than her announcing her return in a blog post? The price of BNB skyrocketed for the first time by a whopping 1,800% in just 2 weeks after her return. During a major bull run from September to December of 2017, the price of Bitcoin soared from $3,000 to $20,000, an increase of 570%. The crypto industry was blowing up, and more people were queuing up to get into the crypto exchanges. The problem was that Binance had to carefully identify its new customers by taking them through a protocol called Know Your Customer. This created a huge system backlog and other related support work, and it was already a scramble mode for this young company. Binance had to move around its headquarters from one country to another, hoping to bypass legal action and oversight. By January 2018, Binance was already the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, having a daily trading volume worth billions of dollars. If you joined the cryptosphere at this point, you may think that is all there is to Binance's journey. But it didn't just start there, and neither did it end there. Binance, like its founder, has a history that precedes it and a future that is as rich as that history. In 2021, the company obtained a 24-hour volume peak of over $76 billion, surpassing any of its competitors. Furthermore, the Binance-created crypto token BNB soon became the third most traded cryptocurrency, behind only its predecessors Bitcoin and Ethereum. In recent times, Binance has been able to acquire some competitor platforms. Trust Wallet in 2018, Binance JEX, WazirX, and DappReview in 2019, BXB, CoinMarketCap, and Swipe.io in 2020. Information about most of these deals were undisclosed, but some are available for public record. In 2019, they made a strategic investment into FTX, which would prove explosive in November 2022. But Binance itself was also involved in some notable controversies. In 2018, there was a security breach involving hackers who created fake Google ads to trick users into entering their Binance login details on fake websites. Luckily, the action was reversed by Binance's incredible security officials when the hackers tried to withdraw the funds via another Binance trading account. Then, in 2019, a similar event happened with another group of hackers where they successfully stole 7,000 bitcoins, which was worth around $40 million at the time. Affected customers were fully compensated through the Secure Asset Fund for Users account. This time, unfortunately for Binance, luck or the special abilities of their security team couldn't do much to stop the hackers. However, investigations are still in play to track them, but sadly, it's all been in vain. In October 2020, another controversy linked CZ with the deceitful structure he was accused of creating. These claims came with proof of Forbes staff that Changpeng Zhao created a deceitful corporation to deceive U.S. investors and regulators. This happened just 1 month after Binance launched its blockchain ecosystem, Binance Smart Chain, or BSC. In May 2021, the IRS and the U.S. Department of Justice started investigating Binance for possible money laundering involvement and tax evasion. These investigations are still ongoing, with no concrete evidence directly tying Binance to these crimes. In February of 2022, Binance acquired a large position from Forbes worth over $200 million. It's very fishy when you think about it, with Forbes being the same company that leaked an incriminating document against CZ only 2 years back. This same year, amidst the Russia-Ukraine invasion, Binance announced it wouldn't stop Russian users' trading activities. This is in sober contrast to the world, which was trying to reduce Russia's advantage over Ukraine. But after a while, they changed their stance as they began restricting trading accounts owned by Russian users with any sum higher than 10,000 euros. These accounts would no longer be able to place any trades on the platform. On the flip side of things, a major announcement was made by Binance on the 8th of November that it would be selling all of its FTT token. Prior to this, Binance received a sum of about $2.1 billion cash equivalent of BUSD and FTT token as part of their exit from the FTX equity. As anticipated, this announcement caused a run on the FTX exchange as many people were taking steps to liquidate their FTT token. All of these liquidations resulted in the collapse of FTX, and it didn't end there, as a lot of things started to come to light about the FTX chief and his insane misappropriation of customer funds. Binance is currently embroiled in a major international controversy involving money laundering, fraud, the sharing of client data, and other issues. Nonetheless, it has maintained its position as the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, and by a wide margin. CZ, the Binance CEO, is currently worth $96 billion, and Binance itself generated $20 billion in revenue in 2021. That's a 263% year-on-year increase. Binance last reported a profit of between $800 million to $1 billion in 2020, and it's yet to publish figures for 2021 or 2022. Binance now supports over 120 coins. 100 plus wallets, 240 trading pairs, and more still added daily. CZ boasts that they've obtained over 5,000 application forms for listing coins, but his team only accepts projects with high credibility, customer base, and trading volume. Hilariously, at 3%, the chances of admission are lower than those of getting into Harvard. And so, Binance has decided to embrace crypto community voting before listing any new tokens. This is a gesture to idealists that think that the blockchain will recreate an internet co-opted by big conglomerates like Amazon, Google, and Facebook, ushering in a digitalization and economic stability accessible to everyone. Binance's 24-hour trading volume peaked at $76 billion in 2021, doubling its 2020 peak and surpassing any competitor platform. Although it experienced a substantial increase in trading volume, the platform saw little user growth in 2021, mostly because institutional investors are responsible for the trading volume on Binance. As of 2021, over $9 trillion was traded on Binance, and that's a 794% increase from the subsequent year, although it doesn't seem like that peak will be broken this year due to the current bear run and other controversies. But remember that the builder CZ is out there to come out on top in every crypto gold rush. His transactions are the quickest and most secure, and unlike other coins, he provides real value to the owners in the form of a 50% bonus on transaction fees. Undoubtedly, there is more to expect from Binance, as this is a story that's still being written. Fingers are crossed in the cryptocurrency market, with everyone anticipating the next move of this crypto platform. We all wait to see how this story unfolds.